is because husbands and wives see things in a different way. The husband usually has blue eyeglasses on, and the wife has pink eyeglasses on. Okay? So, may differences itong dalawang gender. Okay? So, what happens with the differences? Sabi niya kanina ni Pastor Ed, the gender differences signifies that God has separated these two not to set them apart from one another, but to enhance the union. Okay? Can you imagine if parehas ang pagtanaw nila sa lahat ng mga bagay? Boring ang buhay. Diba? But because he sees things with the blue eyeglasses and she sees things with the pink eyeglasses, colorful ang buhay. Diba? So, may mga differences ang lalaki at saka ang babae. Bukod dun sa cars parts na sinabi natin kanina, one of the big differences between a man and a woman, the man not only sees things with the blue eyeglasses, he also hears things the way a man hears. At ang babae, naririnig din niya ay yung kung paano ang pagkadinig at pagkaintindi ng isang babae sa communication sa kanya. For example, kung mayroong differences, tapos sasabihin ni Janice sa iyo, Dennis, how are you doing? Alis ka dito! Ayaw kitang makita! Anong intindi mo doon at anong gagawin mo? Lalambingin o lalambingin?
Lalambingin.
Lalambingin? Okay, sige. Lalambingin mo. But for most men, pag sinabi ng wife, alis ka dito! Ayaw kita makita! Anong ginagawa? Aalis. Okay? So they see things with the blue eyeglass and they hear things with the blue eyeglasses. But normally, Janice, pag nagalit ka tapos pinapaalis mo si Dennis, ano talagang nararamdaman mo? Sabi niya, paalisin daw pero masakit din sa kanya. Okay? Alam niyo kami mga babae, mga men, no? Sometimes, baliktad ang utak namin. Ang message talaga doon is, huwag mo kong iiwan. Pero ano ba sa bibig namin? Kristalino! Ayaw niya makita! Lang yun. Huwag kayo maniwala. Hindi totoo yun. Okay? Because that is seeing things from the pink eyeglasses. Okay? So mga husbands, pag nagsabi yung inyong asawa na, alis ka dito! Sabi mo, ayoko. Gusto ko makapiling ka. Ayun, hindi yan. She will say things the way a woman understands and the way a woman feels. So don't take what she says at face value. Okay. Pag ang lalaki naman ang nagsabi sa babae, alis ka dito, ayaw ka makita. Umalis ka. Kasi pag hindi ka umalis, mainit-init yung aabot sa'yo. Okay? So do you see the difference? Okay. That is seeing things with the blue and the pink eyeglasses.
Minsan din doon meron mga guilt-inducing remarks sa babae. Kung sisingin ka niya, sabay ka na balikan ang mga lagi. Kanya tayo, kasi ito kanya guilty ka. Walang historical na yun, hysterical na yun. Kanya, sa lahat natin, mawawa na. Pero sa may gusto niya sa akin. Sa may gusto niya sa akin. Mawawa na yun siya, gusto mawawa siya. At least, kung mag-guilt-induce ka sa sariyahan ng mga remarks, sabi mo siya, kaya nag-insecure ko ka. Kaya alam ko kaya may inyong mga nabuto-buto na yung ka nila. This is not me now, labana. Usay na mabana, pinatay, kapunawa sa ilahan mga lago. Dahil kung talagang nila sa nagkikanan, lago sa mga sawa sa nanay, nandiyan mo. Kami na, yung hawali mo. Tapos na lang yung malaki-laki mo yung naman ka. Malaki ka ng kasulian, may sulian.
Okay. The other thing that yung difference between the man and the woman. Okay. Kami mga babae, pag sinabi namin na huwag mo na akong bilang ng sapatos, okay lang yung luma na lang ang isusuot ko. Yung creeping yun eh, no? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin naman, hindi mo sapatos, wala na akong sapatos. Diba? How many of you do that? We all do. At least through herself siya. Umamin siya agad. Okay.
Kung ang lagi na ito sila, wala mo may support. Gusto mo pasal na, wala mo may support. Pero kadalasan, yung lagi na wala na may support na lang. Kapag sa kung may lansa. Wala na lansa. So, kami mga babae, wala na may performance. Wala na may support na babae na. Pero babae ka naman yung kaya, wala na may support, wala na siya ko.
Okay, so those are differences in communication. And a lot of times, kung hindi mo alam basahin yung sinasabi ng wife mo, nagkakaroon ng disagreement and misunderstanding in this area. Okay? So, remember that kung hindi nyo masabtan ang inyong asawa, kung ikaw ang wife, isipin mo, is he talking with the blue eyeglasses and I am understanding with my pink glasses or what? Okay? Now, kayo mga lalaki, pag sinabi namin alis kayo, ibig sabihin nun, hold me, I'm feeling insecure. Okay? Now, ito ang problema natin mga Pilipino. Hindi tayo nasanay na magsabi kung ano yung nararamdaman talaga natin. It will be easier sana for the men to understand if we're going to say, darling, I'm feeling insecure, can you please hold me? Rather than, ay, sa dito! Diba? So, yung kabaligtaran. So, mga lalaki, pag may sinabi si Mrs., isipin nyo muna, ano kaya ito? Is this what she really needs or it's the other way around? Okay? Sometimes, kung hindi nyo talaga masaktan, minsan ang mga babae mo kalula. In love naman. Pero kunyari, ayaw-ayaw. Yung sa Tagalog ba, pakipot. Kapakipot ba? Okay. Sabi si Pastor, tanong siya sa akin, ano talagang gusto mo, sweetheart? Kaya hindi ko na maintindihan. Can you please tell me what you want? Okay? That is keeping the communication lines open. A lot of times, we do not express what is really going on inside. Now, part of growing together in marriage is learning to say what you mean and mean what you say. Okay? Do away with our cultural way of communicating na kabaligtaran ng gusto natin yung ating sinasabi. Okay? One of the things sa pag-uusap ng husband and wife is sending the I messages rather than the you messages. Okay. Pag may diferensya, imbes na sasabihin ni Ned kay Pipo, ikaw talaga yan ang naman eh. Hindi mo naman ako talaga naiintindihan. It is an attack. Tama? So, ano ang magiging reaction ni Pipo? Kung if Ned attacks you, how will you respond? He will defend. Therefore, if he is defending, ang mangyari, you offend her na. Diba? Kaya gadepensa ka, mamaya magdepensa ka din. Correct? Ay, ikaw nga eh. Ganyan ka eh. Okay? So that is the you message. Now, I'm going to teach you a better way. Do it the I message. Kung meron hindi nagustuhan si Ned na ginawa ni Pipo, Ned should say, sweetheart, ang tawag sa isa. Sweet. neglected. Kaya umuwi ka sa nanay mo, ibiyaan mo din mo eh. Ay, sorry, natamaan ba? Sorry, hindi ko alam, nanguhula lang ako. Okay? So that's an I-message. Magalit kaya siya? I am not attacking you, I'm telling you how I feel. Sweet, I feel neglected. Okay, how will you respond with an I-message like that?
Maluwi ka, you feel guilty or parang mag-guilty pa ka.
And then what do you do?
Ikaw pa yung susuwin sa
Ayon. Instead of offending, then, sorry. Diba? Okay, a lot of times with the pink and the blue, the wife is trying to tell the husband, hindi ang ino sa'yo. Right? But the message is a you message. It's an attack. Okay, ikaw talaga, ganyan ka talaga. Okay? Hindi nag-entrega ng sweldo. Siyempre, hurt ka. Why don't you tell him that? Na-birthday ako, okay. Wala mo nang yatag ang iyong sweldo. Isabi mo ni Mama, mag-away sa pera, hindi kita awayin. Pero ba, na-hurt ako, kaya wala kang naihatag na sweldo. Masuko kaya siya? It's an I message. It's how I feel. I am not attacking you as a person. I am telling you how I feel. So anong gusto niyo? A you message or an I message? An I message. But it takes practice. Ha? Hindi yan instantaneously mangyari. Bakit? Nahanap tayo sa attack. Akala natin, when we attack, banalo tayo. Wrong. When you attack your spouse, who wins? Correct. Walang panalo. Pareho kayong question.
Ang iyong eyeglass ay blue. What does it mean? Ang blue at all. Constancy. Ang blue, di ba? So, ang feeling sa lalaki ay unay firmness o constant. O ang lalaki, kung siya makinyo, ang nasa iyo mo kayo, dire-diretso na siya. Pero doon siya vulnerability sa endless na games, mag-umigil ang iyang fairness. Ang akong ipupasok sa fairness, yan sa iyang vow in marriage. Mag-umigil na siya. Kung wala na siya pagsagot sa iyang misis, muhawa na siya. So, ang mga babae, kailangan nga understand yung tunay limit ng iyang constancy. Tunay limit na siya. Lahat ka tunay limit. Okay? But then, ang strength niya yung constancy. Labi niya sa iyang vow sa marriage kung kaya sa nasawa. Okay, so you have to take care of that ng mga babae. Sa babae naman, pink. Kung sa may simbolo sa pink. Love. Diba? So kung may babae, I hate you! Kung sa may mga sagot, I hate you! But please don't leave me. Una po sagot. No? Ang mga bata, may galing ninyo harap, ikasinala ka niya hanggang sa kantunan. Ayaw mo ko wala. Sabot pasagutan ang mahal ng hapos sa kantunan. Okay? Nalibog lang ko. Pwede ka, nalibog ko. Alright.
Okay, thank you. Palapakan namin ulit si Janice at si Dennis. Thank you sa inyong tulong. Okay, may isang question dito na was handed to me after lunch. Paano po ba namin matutulungan ang pinakamalapit sa family ko na always nag-aaway? Dahil ang lalaki ilang beses nang binigyan ng chance na magbago dahil may babae siya. Tama ba na hayaan na lang namin na maghiwalay sila? Or ano ang maitutulong namin to save their marriage? Thanks a lot. Okay. If you are trained to do marriage counseling, go ahead and help them. Okay? One of the things na practice natin ni Pastor, which might be surprising to some of you is this. Kung ongoing ang affair, ibig sabihin, umuwi siya doon sa babae, tapos umuwi din doon sa tunay na asawa, we recommend a temporary, okay, with emphasis on the word temporary, okay? Temporarily maghiwalay muna. Okay, bakit? When a spouse has another woman, there is a curse that goes with it. Mayroong tulog. Okay? May tulog na nangyari. Okay? So, ang sabi ng Bible, do not defile the marriage bed. So, kung he goes back and forth, that is amounting to defiling the marriage bed. Okay? So, he goes into the other woman, meaning, nagkakaintindihan ba tayo? He goes into the other woman? Okay. Nakikipag-sex siya dun sa babae niya, tapos nakikipag-sex din sa'yo. Okay? Meron pong tulog na kasama doon. Do not be a partaker. Okay? And that's why I'm recommending temporary. Okay? Until such time that the husband will leave the other woman. Okay? And be ready because sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it never happens na babalik ulit. I will share with you, we know of somebody in Manila. She's a medical doctor, they own a hospital. The husband had another woman. Okay? Nagkaroon ng mistress ang babae, ang lalaki. And so, the wife decided, okay, enough is enough. Tulad nito, yung sabi niya, several times na. Okay? So, temporarily, nakipaghiwalay siya. Isang madaling araw, at 1 o'clock in the morning, her phone rang. It was the other woman calling. Kunin mo yung asawa mo dito, patay na. Bigla na niyang naging asawa kasi patay na eh. Okay? This is the other woman calling. Pick up your husband, he is dead. Okay? What did this doktora do? I was so amazed at what she did. Pumunta siya, kinuha niya ang body at, you know, the good funeral and everything. But she told the other woman, I did not have him in his lifetime, but now I have him in his death. This is the last time you are going to see him. You will never see him again. That's what she said to the other woman. The other woman was never allowed to see the man again. Okay? So, tinilibing yung lalaki, hindi na niya nakita. You know what this doktora did? Okay, she has the money man. May yung musoleo sa sementeryo. Di ba usually yan, bars lang, yung steel bars lang nilalagay. Ito, pinadingdingan talaga. So, hindi siya makasilip para makita niya kung ano yung pinagdingdingan doon sa lalaki. And that's what the doktora said. I did not have him the whole of his lifetime, but I will have him in his death. Sometimes that happens. Now, ang nakakatakot kasi he goes back and forth. Anong mga posibleng mangyari? Number 1 is sakit. Ang sex kasi dinisign ni Lord na pang-isahan lang. I do believe that kung sino lang yung binigay ni Lord na mate sa'yo, exclusive yan. Sa kanya ka lang pwede mag-sex. Now, if you go from one person to another, magkakasakit at magkakasakit. Now, kung may sakit siya, he goes into me, he goes into the other woman, dalawa na kami na nataktan. So, kaya tayo sabi may tulog. Not only that, there is a spiritual curse that goes with it. Which is going to be nasisingilin, translate. spiritual curse na sisingilin up to the 4th generation.
Ano na itong mga paniglo natin sa keempat generasyon ngayon sa mga apo?
So yung anak ng apo mo, mga anak din yun, sisingilin pa doon yung kasalanan mo. So there is a curse that goes with sex outside of marriage. Please do not take this for granted. This is not a light thing. Now, the challenge for you is this. Kung asawa kang lalaki or asawa kang babae, because now, pwede na rin ang babae na gumagawa. No? Kung asawa kang lalaki na meron kang other woman, kaya alam kay hindi ng asawa mo. In the name of God, and in the name of your own children, stop it. Stop it. Maniwala ka, doon ay tulad. Now, kahit sa mga pulis, ito yung, ano namin, kaysa anak lang sila sa short time, di ba? Mga lalaki, alam niyo yun, no? Yung short time, yung mga biglang likod dyan, okay? Sabi ko, how long is the pleasure? How long is the pleasure? Sabi nila, ma'am, short time. How long is the curse? How long is the guilt? How long is the heaviness in your soul? Ma'am, lifetime. One of the jokes, we were teaching a class of colonels. Sabi ko, kung ikaw ba, yung mga GRO dyan, anong ma-feel mo kung lalapit sa'yo yung anak mo? Papa, gusto ko na mag-binyo. Mungkin sa'yo yung pagkasamay, ang GRO niya. So ano sabihin mo? Tawanan yung isang grupo ng mga pulis nyo sa ano. Sabi ko, oy, sali kami. Anong pinagtatawanan nyo dyan? Sabi niya, ma'am, kasi tinatanong mo anong sasabihin ko. Ikaw, anong sasabihin mo? Sasabihin ko sa kanya, anak, huwag yan, dumaan na sa akin yan. There is a curse. Now, ito po yung no? Sexual sins is a common sin of the generations. Kami ni Pastor Ed sa Davao, wala na kaming ginawa, kundi pag-bandage breaker sa mga pamilya na tunay extramarital affair na naman ang anak ang naaapektuhan. Okay? I was counseling with a beautiful woman. Ang ganda-ganda. Ang talino, lawyer. Mataas ang posisyon. She has had sex with so many different men. And she came to me because she has been feeling so guilty na she is doing that. Pero sabi niya, ma'am, hindi ko mapigilan. Na pag nandiyan na yung lalaki at sinidyus na ako, hindi ako nawala lahat ng talino ko, nawala lahat ng ano ko sa buhay ko. Sasama ako. Ma'am, bakit ako ganon? So I traced with her. Sabi ko, did your father have an extramarital affair? Yes, ma'am. What about your lolo? Ma'am, my lola was another woman. So from what you know, dun sa family line ninyo, meron bang iba na merong extramarital affair? Ma'am, lahat ng uncle ko. Okay. And here is this woman. She's very young. She's very beautiful. Already a single mom. And cannot control her sex drive. Kung sa talino, may talino. Bartang nandyan. But when it comes to that, wala. Hindi niya kaya. Why? It's part of the curse. So we had to do a lot of bondage breaking with her. We were called into another province. The daughter bore a child na hindi nila nalaman. Akala nila appendicitis, kitambok man ang bata. Hindi nila alam na buntis pala ang bata. So nung dinala sa ospital, sabi nila appendicitis. Nang dinala sa ospital, sabi ng doktor, "Sir, manganganak na ito." Ha? Doktor, hindi pwede. Bakit hindi pwede, sir? Dalaga yan. Walang asawa yan. So, she did give birth. Okay? Probing, they found out na she was raped by the cousin. So, incest. Okay? So, the first cousin, anak ng kapatid ng nanay niya, ni-rape siya at nagbunga. When we were working with the family, we found out that the father of this girl was the child of a rape victim also. Nakita niya? Coincidence? No, ma'am. It's not a coincidence. It is a curse. Kung gusto niyo pa ng maraming pruweba ng curse, we can give you as much as you want. That's what we're dealing with. Kaya kami full time sa counseling. Akala nyo madaling mag-counsel na ganyan. It's not. Okay? Now, kung itong nagsulat nito, I don't know who you are. If you are in a position to counsel, go ahead. But you know the best counsel you can give them is the example of your married life. Okay? Na makita nila sa inyo what it means to have a home that is blessed by God. That is the best counsel that you can give. Okay, kung hindi ka marriage counselor, ibig sabihin, kulang ka sa, you didn't have the equipping, but you have your life to be an illustration for this couple. Okay? And, siguro later on, may number naman si pastor namin, if you want, refer your friend to come to us for counseling. Kasi pag ganyan na, repetitive offense, kailangan nito counseling na. Kasi hindi lang yung sexual promiscuity niya ang problema nito, may deeper psychological problem nito. So, i-refer na kung hindi na makuha sa inyong friendship counseling. Okay?
Well, going back to the question, I believe na ang nagsulat na ni pagkakana sa babae o kapag yung concern ko sa gagaw siguro rin. And you want to put your step into the problem or the situation, but then before you judge or make judgments, whether you pabayaan mo maghiwalay sila or whatever, try to do one major thing, understanding. Understand the girl first, no? Kasi it takes two to tango. So, kung nakawa na itong lalaki na magkabay sila, that's only one side of the coin. We also want to see the other side of the coin, yung part ng babae. Ang patasan pa sa babae ay di maka-turn off sa lalaki. Because if the girl is maybe very historical and then becoming hysterical, then the guy has a reason to do other things or bad things. Although those reasons are not reasonable, of course. Now, so you have to see to it before you are going to make judgment, you are going to see the situation properly. Okay, listen tayo. Now, I would like us to just see these things right in the surface, because looking at the bottom of this problem requires professional help sa klinika na mo nila tanaw. Now, ang babae, basically kasi pangaray ko sa pagdaling ng dito, hindi ko pamustura ka. Kaya kung hindi ka pamustura, hindi ka mo kahigis, Pag ako sa inyong bana, ma-turn off siya. No? Siguro, alam mo, mula po, masaya ko, pero ang bata niyo din ang mula po. Ano yun? Delikado. Ano yun? Gusto na kaya na. Ang kita kayo umino, yung pag-toothbrush, hindi pa yun. No? Sanitation is very important in a marriage relationship. Kaya, it takes a while that the man will do otherwise when he is turned off because of those things. Basically na siya kabuhat o kumain. Ang sabon, ang timanon, ang iyang pagkaon, balon, or whatever. So those are very small things, but very important. Pero bakit talaga pili ang laki nila? That's one thing. Okay. But if the girl is good, and then the guy is doing this type of thing, do not say goodbye, and he has done this several times. Dealing at once put it several times. Look at the man and try to understand him. Kung sa may background ng lalakihan, is this guy sexually abused when he was young? Is this guy, the father of this guy, is also a womanizer? Na nakopya niya ang pag-womanizer sa nanay? Ang sasabagay sa akong asawa, ang magaling na lolo nila? Kaya doon na may generational sin. Mamutulak lang sa iya, magbuha ko iyon, bisa sa iyang asawa putan. Alright? Nang bumuagi siya diyan sa mga beer house, doon mga tumutik-kitap na mga kuwan, na mga suga. Uy, madali siya sa mga tumutik-kitap. Tanaw doon naging na yun. Big po na tayo na siya. Alright. Then, there is something wrong sa iya. Ngayon, kung doon ay nag-mediate, para magbalikan sila, o niya, at the particular point in time, nagtako ang lalaki na, di na ginakuhan ko. Kaya sa karang laki, mga kumaran, pero ay kukuha na tayo. Labi na kusukuha ng paliwan. Kumaka ko na kusukuha ng di maninoon ka na. Hindi na naman yung tato, no? So, kung ngayon siya na nagsisinang sa mga kasalanan, at that particular point in time, kung ako lang, daily ko ngayon nga, tinood na ako 100%. Doon kay, posible sa likod siya muna, wagin siya mag 100% na yun. So, muhatod niya pa niya. So, give enough time, siguro mga 2 years observation. So, ang ito din eh, masakta nila kung tao maghiwalay, kinikisisyon na rin sa magtiayo. Ha? Desisyon is magtiayo. Pwede man yung mapugka na masakit sa babae, nagilugipan siya sa diyaman. Huwag na masilihan, lahat na siyang sakit. Kanya, ang iyahamang mga anak. Alright. So, nasa surface na rin siya. Pero kung sa counseling na, manto na sa ilaw na rin. Kanya, kung saan natakaw ko na ito, ang ilahan ng mga anak. So, you have to talk to the children also, to do that is mga anak. And one by one, get their feelings or their emotions. Kanya, ilahan mga anak. Pagmula-mula, mahitungkol sa ilang papa, mahitungkol sa ilang mama. So, you can have the good objective picture sa ilang situation. Kaya mga bata, sila may nakakuha gusto na hulagway sa relasyon sa asawa o sa mana, o sa papa o sa mama. May iba pa man hindi mo kumahang dating ang mga bata. Iba pa rin mo kisay saan. Kung dating ang mga bata diya sa mama, saan ang papa? Kung dating ang mga bata diya sa papa, chances are doon ay kukulang ang mama. Right? So you do not have to see things just on the surface. Dig down deeper. Now, ang problema sa ato, wala tayong divorce no, sa Pilipinas. Doon ay annulment, which is very expensive. But then, at this point in time, pinakakaso, so this is professional help. And whoever is the person concerned, we advise you to seek for professional help. If you want to talk to us, so we can discuss deeply you welcome him po sa clinics level. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, now we will go to our topic for this afternoon, which is our children. Okay? Meron na ba kayong nabalitaan na parenting academy? Na bago ka maging magulang, kailangan mag-study ka muna sa parenting academy. Meron na ba? Wala pa. Meron na bang parenting elementary school? Okay, preschool parenting. Meron na ba? Wala eh. Right? But you know what? One of the things na kailangan maintindihan natin, tayong mga parents, I am assuming na nandito kayo ngayon kasi may anak kayo dito sa school dito. Tama ba? Okay. Our children have been given to us. They are a gift from God and they are diamonds in our hands. Okay? Ano ang halaga ng diamond? Priceless. Lalo na kung ganito kalaki yung diamond. Imagine, may sing-sing ka ganito. Patay ka. Hindi ka makalabas dyan. Patay ka na. Kidnapin ka na. But our children are diamonds. Bawat isa sa mga anak natin na binigay sa atin ng Diyos are diamonds in our hands. Sila ay binigay sapagkat sila ay mahalaga sa Diyos. Diba? Magregalo ka ba na hindi importante sa iyo, na hindi precious sa iyo? The fact that your children have been given to you, that means because God loves a child so much na ibinigay niya itong batang ito sa iyo. Ang mga anak ba natin ay tinatrato natin bilang diamonds. Now, a diamond, even if you put it in the mud, does it lose its value? Itong diamond na hindi siya diamond. Huwag niyo kong kidnapin mami, hindi siya diamond. Paperweight lang to. Mukha lang siya diamond, okay? Ang diamond ba kung maluma? Nawawala ang value? Same with our children. Our children, whether they are small or they are grown up, they never lose their value. They will always be precious gifts from God. Therefore, these gifts need to be taken care of. Sa aming mga counselors, we do not believe there are delinquent children. We believe there are delinquent parents. Yes. Sa aming pong pag-aaral, nakita namin na ang mga bata ngayon na dysfunctional, mga bata na may problema, ang mga nag-a-addict, mga street children, nag-snatch, and then sa Manila, yung mga hamog boys. Chances are, the parents did not do what they are supposed to do. They were not godly parents. So, instead of, the topic that was given to us was raising godly children. Hindi po, pinalo po, raising godly parents. Because if the parents are godly, then the children will follow suit. Okay. There are 4 ways the Bible speaks to parents. Number 1, there are specific commands and promises. Sa Proverbs 22:6, sabi, train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. Anak, huwag kang maninigarilyo. Masama yan. After a few hours, bili mo akong sigarilyo doon sa kanto. Pasimpihan mo na, ha? Train up a child the way he should go when he's old. Huwag kang magsisinungaling. Ba't yan? Dumating yung maniningil ng bahay. Sabihin mo, wala ako. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. Okay. Ephesians 6:4. Ang sabi natin palagi, ang paniniwala natin palagi is the mother who does the disciplining in the house. Ama? Sino sa inyo ang lumaki na yan ang iniisip ninyo, ang nanay ang responsible? Tingnan niyo sa Ephesians 6:4. Sino ang kinakausap dito? Sino? Pakinakasan? Sino? Fathers. Do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Word. It's not the mothers, fathers. Okay. There was a couple who came to us, buntis pa yung babae. So, yun siya na. Friend ito ng aming eldest. Ay, tita, minsan magpunta kami sa office yun ni Pastor. Magpaano kami, we want to raise our child in the best way possible. Sabi ni Pastor doon sa tatay. Uy, Joey, alagaan mo mabuti ang asawa mo. Kasi sabi ng Bible, fathers, do not exasperate your children. Sabi niya, Pastor, wala kaming child na tungkol sa loob. Oo, tama yun. Kasi pag nagalit sa'yo si Mrs. na exasperate mo na yung anak dun sa loob niya. So be good to the wife. So you do not exasperate your child. Actually, mga tatay, yung kanina, mabalikan ko yun. Pag hindi satisfied si Mrs. sa inyo, kawawa anak niyo. Kasi magiging siya kung sober yung anak. Di ba? Pag mainit ang ulo ni... Nakatawa si... Pag mainit ang ulo ni Mrs. kay Mr. Sino sinisigawan? Yung bata. Yung tatay. Ay, yung anak na walang kamalay-malay. Yung tatay mo! Pero yung pag nandiyan yung tatay, sige na. Hindi pa siya makapalag sa tatay. Okay? The Bible says, fathers, do not exasperate your children.
Okay, let me add something. Doon tayo mga amahan or husbands who have this kind of situation na untimely ang conception sa ilang anak na wala nilang manuhan. Right? In other words, the baby when still in the womb was already abandoned by the father or rejected. Now, the father is putting the child to wrath already. Ikan pala din hinga, wala mo di planuhan, namuntis magkat. It doesn't mean that when the baby is born, there is a time that you do some exasperation to the child. It is even before planning or not planning for a baby. So, if your wife is now pregnant, but it is called an unwanted pregnancy, then the baby has been exasperated. Mao nga, kung mo, doon na tayo, nagsabat na ako ang baby, you must be happy. So that the baby will be happy also. But if you are thinking that this is not planned, this is an unplanned conception of pregnancy, kawawa ang baby. You let the baby run already. And as he is growing older, he is going to bear that emotion and that feeling, because he can feel already of being abandoned or from being rejected. So, ang naibong issue niya sa kanyang kinabuhi ay na-abandon siya or rejected siya. And it's going to be a big problem when he's born.
And fathers, the command for you not to exasperate your child starts while your wife is pregnant. So, ano yung gusto, ibigay nyo. Kasi, pag na-exasperate, yung anak mo apektado. Okay? Now, also, there are biblical examples of parenting. Joseph and his brothers. Ano yung makita natin example dito? Yung favoritism. I am a victim of favoritism. 7 kami na magkakapatid. I am girl number 4. The favorite in our family was girl number 2. And it took me a long time to get we were always struggling one with another because of favoritism. Okay? The counsel of the relationships, a soft answer, turn away wrath, but harsh words stir up hostility. Remember, anak mo yan. Sinong gumawa dyan? Ikaw. So when you speak harsh words to your children, sinong minumura mo? Sarili mo. Kung itaas-taas pa natin yung level, minumura mo yung Diyos na gumawa doon sa ano. Okay? Later on, mas ano yung pa natin yan? So ang model parent natin is God Himself. God created His children. He provides for His children. He trains and educates His children. And He corrects His children. God is our model in terms of parenting. Never sa buhay natin nag-i-abandon tayo ng ating Heavenly Father. Never sa buhay natin nag-i-reject tayo ng ating Heavenly Father. Our Heavenly Father has always loved us. Our Heavenly Father has always provided for us kahit gaano pa tayo kabalo. Diba? Okay. Now, question. Ma'am, why do children misbehave? Sino dito ang anak hindi nag-misbehave? Lahat yata tayo, kahit yung mga anak namin, anak ng pastor, sa simbahan lumaki, misbehave po. Pastor, inyong anak, misbehave din? Yes. There was a time when they will misbehave. Okay, what are the reasons? Number one, they are normal. If they misbehave, it's because they are normal. Pansinin nyo, pag hindi nagkukulit ang anak nyo, may sakit yan. Tama? So pag makulit, pasalamat kayo. Diba? Our little grandson is a very inquisitive child. Always asking questions. In fact, pag may sinabi ka sa kanya, his next response is going to be, but why? Why, Mamila? Why, Papalo? And you always have to answer. You always have to give the reason. There was one time when the dad was driving. We were in Manila. Driving daddy niya. Sabi niya, Dad, can we go to the mall? And the dad said, no. But why, Dada? And then nakukulitan na siguro yung manugang ko. Sabi ng anak, don't ask me why, Leonette. I'm not going to answer you. Tahimik siya. Mamaya sabi niya, but Dad, give me a reason. You know why? Give me a reason na. Okay? And he kept calling that boy makulit. So one time, syempre lola. Diba mga lola? Defensive yan. Kakampi ng kapuyan. I had to correct the couple, my son-in-law and my daughter. Sabi ko, stop calling him makulit. He is intelligent. Tama? Inquisitive mind man. So he asks questions because he is thinking. He is a very analytical thinker, and so he asks why. Hindi siya makulit. Okay, yung mga anak nyo. If you think they are makulit, Mommy, Daddy, hindi sila makulit. Normal lang sila. Okay? Number two, they have unique temperaments. Ang temperament ng anak mo, posible, opposite sa temperament mo. We have two daughters. The eldest has my temperament. The youngest has his temperament. Who gets along? My eldest and him get along. The bunso and me get along. Opposite yung aming temperaments, but we get along. Okay? Sa inyo, ganun din? Okay. Sabi ni Sister Beba, ganun din na. They have unique temperaments. You cannot expect na pareho sila ng kanilang temperament. At lalong hindi nyo pwedeng i-expect na yung temperament ng anak nyo pareho sa temperament nyo. Okay? Number three, they have sinful bent. Meaning, nung pinanganak nyo yan, hindi kayo nanganak ng santo. Ang pinanganak nyo, makasalanan. Ay, hindi nyo yan turuan gumawa ng kasalanan. Gagawa yan ng kasalanan. Bakit? Sinful nature. Nature yan eh. Okay, number 4. Pakibasa niyo nga po. Okay. Children misbehave because they act like their parents. Diba? But if you want to see your actuations, panoorin niyo yung anak niyo na nag-imaginary play. Children do imaginary play. Ano yan? Pansinin niyo. Kung gusto niyo makita yung inyong image, tignan niyo yung anak niyo habang naglalaro. Ginagaya kayo ng anak niyo. Ano yung sabi ng commercial? Ang ginagawa mong hindi tama, okay. So they misbehave because they act like their parents. Why do they misbehave? They lack consistent discipline and structure. You know, little children, wala pa silang structure in their mind. It's the parents who give them that structure. Okay, I'll give you an example of consistency sa discipline sa bahay. Sabi ng tatay, huwag kang lumabas ng bahay, ha? Dito ka lang. Tulungan mo lang si mama sa trabaho dito sa bahay. Pumunta yung bata kay mami. Mami, alis ako na. O sige na, dapat na. Kailangan ng pera. So saan ang consistency nilang mag-asawa? Right? So the child gets confused. My dad said no, kontrabida talaga ng daddy ko. Mommy said yes, ang galing talaga ng mami ko. Inconsistent. Okay? Now, in raising your children, magsabot mo, mag-agree kayong mag-asawa, ano yung mga ipapatupad nyo na rules sa bahay? Okay? Kung pinagsasabihan ng bana ang bata, huwag ka makialam. Kahit mali pa yung bana mo, huwag kang makialam. Bayaan mo siya. At kung si Mrs. naman ang nagsasalita sa bata, huwag din makialam si Mr. Kung sa palagay mo mali yung sinabi ng iyong husband o ng iyong wife, pasok kayo sa kwarto. Honey, yung laro niya kanina, honey, halika muna, be. Pasok kayo sa kwarto. Isara niyo ang pinto at saka kayo mag-usap. Okay? Huwag niyong pag-usapan sa harap ng bata. Hindi ko yung pinayagan mo malis. Bakit mo pinayagan? Kawawa naman. Okay? The child gets confused. Walang structure. Walang consistency sa pagpapalaki sa kanya. Okay? Now, we will dwell more on the last one. Their God-given emotional needs are not met. Now, sa psychology, every child that is born, all infants, okay, this is a general statement. When infants are born, they are 90% emotion, 10% cognition. What does that mean? Pag pinanganak ang bata, may nakita na ba kayong bata na pinanganak, marunong na mag-A, B, C, D, E? No. The child is nothing but emotions. What does a little baby do? What does a little baby, what does a little baby do? Kick and roll and cook and cook. A child knows how to smile. That is emotion. A child knows how to cry. That is emotion. A child knows how to respond. Have you ever tried looking at the baby in your arms? Tignan niyo yung saan nakatingin ang bata sa mukha ng may hawak sa kanya. Eyes. Why? Because the eyes are the windows of the soul. It is in the eyes that emotions are expressed. Okay, sulayan nyo, ha? Pag-uwi nyo mamaya, sana may makasakay kayong little child. Hindi ano yung baby. Okay? Yung kasakay nyo, may hawak na baby, smile na nyo yung baby. What do the baby do? Smile back. Pag hindi natingin yung nanay, pagdilatan mo. Yung baby. How will the baby respond? The baby will cry.
Hawaii mo pa sa nanay.
Hindi kaya nga huwag kang pag hindi nakatingin ng nanay.
Masing mabuyan ka.
Pag hindi nakatingin. But that is to prove that the child is 90% emotion, 10% cognition. There are emotional needs that are God-given. Hindi ito iniimbento ng bata. These are God-given. Okay. Now, as a parent, you have to understand your child is slow or it's slow to warm up. Ito yung differences ng mga bata. May bata na tanglangulan, amigo na mo. Pero may mga bata na so difficult to draw. Okay? May mga bata na it takes time. It takes time for them before. Kaya pagka nakita niyo sa mga family reunion nyo, no? Pag may baby, kukunin ka agad. Anong reaction ng bata? May mga bata, wala pa naka-establish na relationship, no? So, learn. Parents, ano yung anak mo? Is he an easy temperament? Does he have a difficult temperament? Or it will take time before the child warms up. Even sa mga teachers, nandito pa ba yung mga teachers natin? Teachers, dapat alam niyo yung temperament ng mga bata. Para hindi kayo magkamali. Baka binigyan niyo ng D sa conduct yung bata. Yung pala, the child takes time. Mag-slow siya mag-warm up. Okay? So you have to know that too. Now, here, yung ating chart. Okay. When your child's emotional needs are not met, okay, they are God-given needs, there is a resulting emotional pain and unhappiness. Therefore, he is going to misbehave. Now, the child's misbehavior is Satan's substitute for the God-given need. Okay? So, itong misbehavior na to, inspired by Satan yan. And then, ma-frustrate ng parents, and then it further the parents further undermines the God-given needs, and then there's going to be emotional pain, so it becomes a cycle. Tapos magkukonklud ang nanay at ang tatay. Ang tigas talaga ng ulo nitong bahan to, ay ba naman na to? Alam-alam mo sa silipan ng mana yung imana sa'yo, kanino pa nagmana? Diba? Okay, what are these God-given needs of children? Number one is the need for love and emotional or relational connections. In psychology, this is what we call attachment. What do we mean by the attachment bond between the parents, the mother and the father and the baby? Okay, importantly ito, this is basic to all human beings. When a child is secure sa kanyang attachment sa mama at sa papa, the child is like a jar na pag-uhusan mo ng tubig, pag-uhusan mo ng pagmamahal, okay, this is love, the child will be able to take it and contain it. Right? This is a secure, attached child. Okay, he's securely attached. So, when you pour love into this child, he will be able to respond in love. He will be able to contain the love. But, when the child is not secure, There is no emotional attachment, meaning insecure attachment. Even if you pour love in this child, what will happen? Will the child be able to take love and contain it? It will just flow out. Dito po yung picture. That is the picture when a child is not raised in love. When a child has an insecure attachment with the parents. The child will not be able to take in love, neither will it be able to give love. So what do you expect when this child gets married? What will be the result? Problema po. Correct? Kahit ano kabait ang misis, magluluto yan. Why? He's not able to take in love. Neither will he be able to give love. Okay? God given need ang love and emotional, relational connections. When that is absent, pag hindi natin yun naibigay sa ating mga anak, what will be the result? There will be loneliness and sadness. And then Satan's substitute will be their attention-getting misbehavior. Nakakita na kayo ng bata na nagtatantang na ligid-ligid diha kahila, screaming at the top of their voice? You know, I don't blame the child. I look at the parents and say, saan ka nagmula? May mga ginagawa tayo sa mga anak natin, akala natin laro-laro. But that affects them very much. One of them is this. Mahilig tayo magbitbit ng bata sa mall. Okay? Tapos nagmamadali. So, kadali. Siyempre, maliit ang pa ang bata. So, maliit ang steps ng bata. Tama? Ikaw, malaki ka na. Siyempre, malaki yung steps mo. Pag madapa ang bata, ano ginagawa ng nanay? Tama-tama ka talaga. Sabi ko na sa'yo, kadali ka. Nasaktan na yung bata, gising pa. Ano kaya kung kargahin mo? Di mo mas madali? Okay? So we shame the child. We do this a lot. Ang dami mo makikita sa mall na ganyan. Okay, may isa pa tayong ginagawa sa bata. Dadalhin sa mall, dadalhin sa maraming tao, dadalhin sa distract yung bata. Pagkatapos magtataguan. Okay? So sinabi. Siya dun sa likod na naman. Tapos syempre yung bata, pag nakita niya na, wala na si mama, what is the reaction of the child? Mama? Mama? Ha? Tapos yung nanay, yung mukhang ng nanay, andun sa likod. Do you know that that is child abuse? Yes. Because you are unnecessarily subjecting the child to emotional trauma. Ayaw nga, iwanan mo kayo sa gitna ng matututuhan na doon sa Syria. Di ba? Di ba? This is. Imagine a little child, tapos you're doing it. Natutuwa ka. Na yung anak mo, natatarama doon ang paghanap sa'yo. No. Kung minsan, tayo mismo yung sumisira sa psychological well-being na natin anak. Mali. Na, kung nadapa yung anak mo, ang reaction usually ng nanay, sabi ko na sa'yo, huwag kang tumakbo. Nay, pag hindi tumakbo ang anak mo, kailangan mong ipadoktor. Di ba? So kung tumatakbo ang anak mo, pasalamat ka. Hindi pilay ang anak mo. Hindi mo kailangan ng wheelchair. Okay? The child needs to be soothed emotionally because nadapa siya. The mother should say, ay anak, nasasaktan ka ba? Tignan natin, pagpalit si mama ng band-aid, ha? Dapat yun ang reaction natin, di ba? But more often than not, we scold the child for falling. What is the psychological effect of the child? Ay, bawal pa sa'yo. So the child grows up to be a perfectionist. And when the child is perfectionist, pati ang nanay at tatay sa'yo na. Hindi man perfect ang tatay at nanay. Okay? We have a well-known personality. Okay? We always see her on TV. A few years back, the son failed in the bar exam. What did the son do? He committed suicide. I am not surprised. For that mother, di pwedeng masayo. Di ba? Kung masayo, kasalaan na niya kahit sa television pa. She was a perfectionist. The child became a perfectionist. Nasayo, pang! Ended his life. Okay, pag nadaba ang anak mo, mami, nagagalit ka kasi ikaw yung napahiya. Tama? It's your shame. It's not the child's shame. Nahiyak ka na nadaba yung anak mo. There's nothing wrong with the child falling. Normal yan. Di ba? Sino sa inyo hindi natutunan? Or hindi nasugatan? Normal yan sa bata. So kung masaktan ang bata, at pain ng bata, that is making the child psychologically well. Okay? Otherwise, this is what happens. They become attention getters. Now, a few years back, meron na uso na parenting style. Sabi nila, pagka daw nagka-baby, asan si mami? Okay. Pagka daw, you might be hearing this from mga lolo at lola mo. Pagka daw yung bata, tapos hindi naman basahin mo lang pain, huwag daw kargahin. Pag umiyak daw yung bata, sa psychology, that's very wrong. Remember kanina sabi ko, a child is 90% emotion. So kung tuyo ang pain, busog naman at umiiyak, anong need ng bata? Emotional need. Tapos, sabi nila, huwag kargahin o pansinin. So when the child grow up psychologically well, emotionally well, ang feeling ng bata, may isip ng bata, my mother is not reliable. My father is not reliable. Therefore, I am not reliable. That child is going to grow up irresponsible. Okay? We experimented on our grandson. Wawa naman ako. Hindi ko experiment. Nasa loob pa lang yan ang siya ng anak namin. Nasubaybayan namin yung pag-umpisa. Sinasabihan namin, kino-coach namin yung aming anak at saka yung asawa kung anong gagawin. No? So, ano namin, JB, when you come home, you talk to the baby. Nandun pa sa loob ng tiyan. Ayan, tipo free parenting. Kausapin mo na. Doon pa sa loob ng tiyan. The child is going to learn your voice. He's going to recognize your voice. You know, when our first grandson was being conceived, my son-in-law will sing to the baby. 1, 2, birds suddenly appear. Okay. Yan yung song nila ng baby. When the child was born, after a few hours, nung dinala na sa nursery, okay, tinawag na kami ng nurse. Sir, yung son-in-law ko, Sir, pwede niyo pong lapitan ng baby. Lola at saka lolo, dyan na tayo sa labas. So sabi ko, bakit? bawal kami sa loob. So yung daddy lang ang pumasok. So we were watching dun sa window. We were just watching outside. And the baby was sleeping, so my son-in-law came around, and then he stooped down. Of course, hindi namin naririnig kung ano yung ginagawa ng and we saw the baby's ear, and parang may hinahanap yung baby. So when my son-in-law came out, I said, Mom, what did you tell the baby? I said, I sang to him our song. And the baby woke up and was looking, searching for the father. So yes, nasa loob pa lang dyan, kilala na ng anak mo ang boses mo. Ingatan mo kasi baka sa boses ng silingan mag-respond. Delikado mo. He will. The child will respond to your voice. Okay? So doon pa lang may attachment na ang baby. Mother, Mami, kausapin mo siya. Okay? Nandun pa siya sa loob ng tiyan mo, sabihan mo na siya, Mom, I love you. Meron kaming friend, kinakausap niya yung baby niya, Mom, pag tayo na nalalabas ka, huwag mong pahirapan si Mami, ha? Na, pag sabi ni Mami, come out ka na. Come out ka na. You know, she never had any difficulties bearing her children. Kaya naman, effect sa kanya, 5 na anak niya. Sabi ko, dahil yung susunod, sabihin mo na, Nako, lumabas ka agad, pahirapan mo muna ako, para tumigil na kami. Sige ba na yung anak eh. Okay, she talks to the baby. Eh, ano man ang emosyon mo, buhan ang bata. Okay? So, huwag kang palaging magalit kay Mister. Kasi yung anak mo, magalit din sa daddy niya. Okay? So, palaging smile, palaging happy. Okay? That is the emotional need of the child to feel that he is loved. Okay, number 2, the God-given, 4 lang to. So, maraming na tumigil. The God-given need to feel confident. Okay, this is in psychology what we call separation and individuation. Every child needs to be separated and individuated from mother. Okay? At a certain age, the child starts to move away from mother. Diba pag nag-umpisa ng dumanag yung baby, nabantayan niyo ang bata? When the child is first starting to walk, okay, takes 1 step, looks back at mommy. Tama? Takes another step, lingon ulit kay mommy. Okay? And pag makita niya nandun si mommy, that pushes the child forward. Okay? So takes 3 steps, but looks back to mommy. Why does he go back to mommy? This is what we call in psychology, the child is going back to mother for emotional refueling. Okay? Pag nag-i-explore yung bata, okay, after a few minutes, babalik kay mommy. Kaya si mommy nakaupo lang doon sa watching. Yung consistency na yon, yung constancy na yon, makes a lot of difference to the baby. Okay? My mother is there. So, malakas ang loob niya. Now, tayong mga magulang may ginagawa tayo, hindi natin alam kung ano yung psychological na nila. One of them is this. Pag ang mother nagkarga ng baby, kanino nakaharap ang baby? Sa mommy. Di ba? We carry our child this way, and the baby is facing the mother. Why? It is the mother who prepares the child to face himself. The mother downloads her emotions to the baby and prepares the child to have a self. Fathers, how do you carry your babies? Baliktad. Usahay, sukay. Di ba? Why? Because fathers prepare the child to face the world. Hindi nyo alam yan, no? Automatic lang sa inyo yan. Di ba, mga tatay? Automatic lang sa inyo na ang baby harap sa okay? O kaya isukay. Because you are preparing your child psychologically to face the world. Both are very important. Mother prepares the child to face himself. So kung wala ang nanay, may malaki tayong problema. Lalaki yung bata without a self. the child face the world. Meron kaming mga hang series, yung mga kabataang lalaki who goes from one job to another. A lot of them absentee at that time. There was nobody who prepared the child to face the world. Okay? So mga God-given needs ito. They need to feel confident. Naalala niyo yung mga bata na, "Look, mommy, I can jump!" Sige nga na, jump! Ay, ang galing ng anak ko, jump na yun. Yung iba, jump yun, hindi naman yung jump, no? Diba, syempre, it's just learning it. Mommy, look, I can jump! Uy, ang galing ng anak ko, mapajump na. Again. Okay, so you're encouraging the child to try again and again and again. Sige na, jump, ganito na, jump. Kailangan mo mag-anak ka sa floor. Jump! Okay, do it with the child. Jump! So, anak, 1 inch na. Really, ang galing na anak mo, jump, 1 inch na yun. And then, tomorrow you do it again, maging 2 inches yun. The next day, 3 inches. How do you think Lydia Dilega taught her daughter how to run? 1 step at a time. Mother was the one. Mother was there for the child. Now, pag hindi yan, what will happen? The child is going to grow up with weakness, inferiority, and anxiety. Mga teachers, you can relate so well with this. There are children who are so gifted, pero pag sabi mo na, sige, recite ka doon sa friend, "Mom, I cannot. Mom, di ko." Fine. Walang confidence. Walang sense of security, okay? So, Satan's substitute is search for power and control. Okay. What is that child doing? Hindi masyadong klaro yung sketch. I will have my artist read this sketch. This is a child toilet training. I know of a 60-year-old man. May issue man siya. The arrest in his psychological development happened during the toilet training period. 60 years old naman, ang hindi pa ako mag-upo siya. Yeah, but he's in company. Ano siya na? Ito na, iba-ibang mo. Why do you do that? Why do we have to know kung libang ka? There was a psychological arrest that happened during the time that he was toilet training. Ito, pinapalo yung bata during the toilet training time. Huwag kang iihi dyan, ha? O huwag kang magbuo dyan. Doon ka magbuo sa toilet. A child has very little control of his muscles pa. So, usahay na kaya bibig siya dyan o makaupo siya dyan. Pinapalo ng parents. Do you know that there's a very bad psychological effect on the child? Pagkaganon. Okay? You know, I toilet train all of our grandchildren. Kaya anak ko walang pasensya. I will really have to sit down with the child doon sa, what do you call that? Sa potty. When I was potty training them. They put talaga ako dyan. Sige na, upo na. Yes, my baby will upo. So, lahat na ng kanta, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Hanggang sa nakaupo siya. Pag nakaupo na siya, ay celebration yun. Okay? So that encourages the child. That does not shame the child. A lot of us, meron tayong deep-seated shame. You know when that happened? Was when we are toilet trained by our parents. Kaya na-shame man. Ako na upo! Bakit i-broadcast mo ka? Baka naman i-broadcast ka. Bobo ka talaga. Sabi ko sa'yo, ganyan mag-uuo. Ano ka na-uo? Bakit ikaw, mami? Kahit agad ba natuto ka mag-uo sa CR? Hindi naman eh. Diba? Okay. So, the child needs to feel confident. This is a God-given need. Okay? The God-given need to feel worthwhile. Am I worthwhile to my parents? Kung iniiwan ako ng aking parents sa kapitbahay kasi magmamadyong siya. Does that give the child a feeling of worthiness? Does that give the child a feeling of value? I remember a young pastor, very talented, very good looking. You name it, you've got it with this young man. He was having issues. He was having difficulties. So we did